This election season, mainstream media has flooded out economic misinformation trying to jam Kamala Harris down America's throat. So now, with the election safely behind us, what actually is at stake these next 4 years? We got a glimpse of what's to come the morning after the election when gold prices fell 3%, suggesting markets think Trump is finally going to bring inflation down. Now, I'm old enough to remember 2 weeks ago when 23 Nobel Prize-winning economists assured us that Trump would be catastrophic for inflation, so we had to vote for Kamala. You could debate whether they're stupid or intellectual whores, but I'm guessing you need a decent IQ to swing the Nobel. Politics is probably not enough. There's two ways to bring down inflation, the easy way and the hard way. The easy way is cut government spending massively. This sidelines the trillion-dollar federal checkbook, so it's not competing with Americans trying to buy groceries. Now, Elon Musk has said he could cut $2 trillion from the federal budget, about $1 in $3 they spend. That would probably end inflation overnight. And then there's the hard way, which is what Biden did, have the Fed jack up interest rates to strangle household spending and business spending so the Feds can spend as much as they like. The problem being that strangling the private economy destroys jobs, so it's a pretty brutal way to get prices under control when you could have just cut the spending. Now, I've mentioned Trump was only middling on spending his first term, about average for a recent president, which is understandable. You don't win elections by cutting spending. But I think after 4 years of political persecution and seeing what inflation did, Trump is coming into this with eyes wide open. So there's a good chance he can hack away at the imperial bureaucracy and its imperial trillion-dollar spending, especially for the stuff the left pours money into. Beyond spending and inflation, expect a repeat of Trump 1.0, which was across-the-board deregulation focused on manufacturing, energy, and small business, paired with lower income taxes, so Trump delivered the biggest tax relief since Ronald Reagan, and this time he's promising a lot more, including a partial or total repeal of the income tax, starting with no tax on tips, overtime, and Social Security payments. Trump's other big economic change is, of course, tariffs. He's floated tariffs on all imports with extra special rates for China. These will raise prices of especially Chinese imports, although going by Trump 1.0, the Chinese government will likely step in and cover most of the costs with export subsidies. In other words, the Chinese people, not the American people, will be paying the tariffs. Of course, Trump's also promised huge cuts to illegal immigration, ramped up deportations. These will leave job openings for Americans who will want higher wages, leading to higher costs of unskilled labor and the things they make. Of course, the payoff is that Americans actually have jobs so they can get off welfare or get off the streets. So we pay in higher wages, but we gain in lower welfare, plus the $150 billion we're currently spending on illegals. Finally, non-economic issues from the wars to DEI to voter ID laws. These aren't pure economics, more like down payments to avoid potential future economic catastrophes. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. We've got 2.5 months till Trump assumes office, during which he will be putting together his team. It looks like an all-star cast compared to his first term, and the fact people like Elon, Vivek, and J.D. Vance are involved fills me with joy, like I suspect it does tens of millions of Americans. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.